So once again, welcome to everyone here. A very warm welcome from RefreshKoncepts. Very heavy phrase is what I have gone with the title: unlock the power of math. Right now, when I say unlock the power of math, then who has the power? Is it Modi sir has the power? No, no. It is not me who is having the power. It is two people, or rather I should say two identities are having power. Who are those two? Then what Modi sir is going to do? Modi sir is just going to introduce these two identities, nothing more than that. Right? He's just going to introduce these two identities with each other. So who is the first one? The subject itself. The subject itself. And who is the second one? You people who are going to learn this powerful subject. Who is the second one? It is you people who are going to learn this powerful subject. And that's the reason I say that I'm just going to introduce you to people. Nothing more than that. I'm going to tell math, okay, fine, so and so are my students, please. And I'm going to tell my students, so and so is maths, please learn this. Right, people? So don't get, bogged down with that particular heavy phrase, oh, hey, unlock the power of math. Math will be difficult. By the way, how many of you feel that math is difficult? How many of you feel math is difficult? How many of you feel that math is difficult? I know that there are many of my students who will say that, sir, math is very, very difficult. But according to me, math is very simple. For me, math is very simple. But there are many people, or there are many students who will say, sir, math बहुत difficult है हमारे लिए. है? नहीं है. Oh, great. Then, let me say that अगर math difficult नहीं है, तो math and life में कुछ similarity है. And what is that? If you can tell me what is the similarity between math and life? Yes, if anyone can share with me over here, what similarity does math and life has? Both has what? Both has problems, right? Life also has problem. So does math. But do you think so math is a problem? No, no. Math has problem, but math isn't a problem, mind you. Math has problem, but math isn't a problem. Then every problem has its solution. The problem is not with math. The problem lies in our approach. We are not learning the math the way it should be learned. And that's the reason math हमको थोड़ा difficult लग रहा है. So math problem नहीं है, problem हमारे approach में है. बच्चा, एक चीज का ध्यान रखना कि हर एक सब्जेक्ट की अपनी अपनी एक स्टडी पैटर्न होता है. हर एक सब्जेक्ट को रट्टा नहीं मारा जाता, स्पेशली मैथ. Math is not a subject to be ratified. So math, many times I keep on saying that, bacha, math has its language, right? Language, that doesn't mean that it has vowels and consonants and all that stuff. वर्णमाला ये सब चीज मैं नहीं बोलना चाहता हूं. उसको सीखने का तरीका कुछ अलग है. अलग तरीके से सीखो. Math is what you can easily conquer. Now, when I say that math को easily conquer किया जा सकता है, then what are the things which we need to keep in mind? As I said, that we need to have a right approach, right? So what are the things which we need to keep in mind? The thing which we need to keep in mind are, I'm just jotting down over here. So the first one is this visible, right? Yeah, this is visible. So the very first thing is what we need to do is concept clarity. Concept clarity. The very first thing is what we need to do is concept clarity. वो होना चाहिए. Second, along with concept clarity, it is consistent hard work. Consistent hard work. Now, prima facie for me, these are the two important things which we need to keep in mind. I repeat, these are the two important things which we need to keep in mind. But there are several other parameters as well. Along with these two, what I feel that what students need to have to make math very easy, right? To make math very interesting, to make math very easy, is having different perspective. Different perspective. अलग सोच होनी चाहिए. So a different perspective of thinking, looking the sum, looking the problem. Along with that, connecting the dots. Connecting the dots. Right? ये भी आना चाहिए. What next? Ask. Lie. You must be wondering, sir, ये lie क्यों है? And comprehend. Ask, lie, and comprehend. Now, people, when I say that you need to go with all these parameters, and if you really understand, mind you, if you really understand, then math is very, very, very simple. Math is really very simple. So when I say concept clarity, तो सबसे पहले तो आपको मैथ्स के कॉन्सेप्ट आने चाहिए. विदाउट कॉन्सेप्ट कुछ नहीं होगा. पर अगर कॉन्सेप्ट आता है और हमने हार्डवर्क नहीं किया, कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं है, हार्डवर्क नहीं किया, then again math is not going to surrender. So only hard work, slogging without concept, no. You must be wondering why concept clarity make it, because it's our refresh concepts, mind you. So it is I got to know concept spelling is wrong, sir. But you are studying in refresh concepts, or rather you are watching channel of refresh concepts. So it's K rather than C. Right? So that's the reason. I can see that particular comment, concept spelling wrong, is sir. No, spelling is correct for me. It is K. Coming back. So as I said that, if you know, or rather if you just log and not go for any kind of hard work, problem. But agar khali what do you say, concept hai and hard work nahi hai, problem hai. I'll share everything. Make you understand all these points. Now, what happens is that, first, when I say different perspective of thinking, so I'll give you many examples. Connecting the dots, yes. Ask, yes. Lie, yes. Comprehend, yes. At the same time, you need to be a good listener and observer. If you know all these things, you are through with the subject. Mind you, you are through with the subject very easily. Sir, can you just make us understand why you say all these points are very, very important? Certainly, yes. To start off with, if I ask you, give me two real numbers or rather whom I can multiply and get the answer as 6. Give me two real numbers which I can multiply with each other and I can get answer as 6. Come on. Which are the two numbers? The two numbers are, on multiplying, I should get the final outcome as 6. I can say for sure, 90% of the students, when I say that, give me two numbers which on multiplication gives me 6. You will be saying, sir, 2 3s are, 3 2s are, 6 1s are, 1 6 are, right? 6 1 times, 1 6 times, 2 3 times, 3 2 times. Beyond that, and I'll say, I have many. You have given me 3 4 5 6. I'll give you many as good as infinite. What was my question? My question was, give me two real numbers whose multiplication can give me 6. Your answer was 2 3s are, 3 2s are, 1 6 are, 6 1s are. Now I shall say 1.5 into 4 is 6. 0.75 into 8 is 6. Right? 12 into half is 6. 24 into 1 by 4 is 6. Don't you think so that? Sir, 0.6 into 10 is 6. 0.3 into 20 is 6. 0.15 into 40 is 6. Are you gauging me now? How can you get many, many answers now? Sir, 2 3s are 3 2s are, because वो तो इंटीजर्स है, आप तो डेसिमल में चले गए, आप तो हाफ से भी मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं, 1/4 से भी मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं. So what was my question? My question was, which are the two real numbers? Don't you think so? Decimal, fraction are part of real numbers. लेकिन एक ऑर्थोडॉक्स सोच है हमारे अंदर, एक सिंपल सी सोच बचपन से हमने एक बांध के रखी है. 6 आया, 2 3s 3 2s 1 into 6 6 into 1. ये हमारी जुनी सोच है. No, we have to come out of that, right? Have different perspective thinking. समझना सीखो, अलग तरीके से सोचना सीखो. Connecting the dots. Okay. Let me ask you a very simple question. A very simple question though. I'll give you an example of square. I'll give you an example for square. Now, you all are aware that area square में all sides are equal and area of square is side square. This time, I'm not giving you the side, I'm giving you the diagonal. I repeat, I'm not giving you the side, rather I'm giving you the diagonal, and I'm asking you that get me the area. There are students who will say, sir, I can easily get the area. What I'll do is, since all sides are equal, with the help of Pythagoras, I'll try to find out the value of x, which turns out to be 10. So most of the students are going to work out in this way. And once I get 10, area is side square, 10 square, which is 100. Correct, correct, absolutely correct. And that's what, as I said, majority will go with. ज्यादातर बच्चे इसी तरह से जाएंगे. ठीक है, एक स्मार्टर बैच जो है या कोई स्मार्टर स्टूडेंट्स इससे ज्यादा स्मार्ट है, वो बोलेंगे सर, I have a different answer. What is that? Sir, I know that diagonal is always side root 2. I know that diagonal is always side root 2. So मैंने पाइथागोरस का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया. अमूमन बच्चे जो इस्तेमाल करते हैं वो पाइथागोरस है. I save my time. मैंने पाइथागोरस का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया. So 10 root 2 is side into root 2. Root 2 gets cancelled and I get my side. Great. Once you get your side, area is what you know very well. Fantastic. Barabar, right? I want people to think about this. Right? A child learning math. As I said, connecting the dots, you should know the relation between the various parameters for a particular figure, for a particular topic. Math जब सीखो ना बच्चों, तो इतना याद रखना कि चैप्टर के नाम से उसका मीनिंग समझने की कोशिश करो. चैप्टर के नाम से उसका मीनिंग समझने की कोशिश करो. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट द चैप्टर इज, इसका मीनिंग क्या है. राइट? Here when I say you should know the relations between the parameters which are there. So when I say relation with the parameters, so I do say diagonal is side root 2. Then with the same stuff, can I say area is half diagonal square? Half 10 root 2 cos square, half into 100 into 2. Again I get. So from where did I get this particular answer? From where did I get this particular answer, sir? Area of square is half diagonal square. आपने ये भी बताया ना, यहाँ पर diagonal is side root 2. So जरा देखेंगे कि diagonal is side root 2, तो side क्या हो जाएगा? Side हो जाएगा diagonal by root 2. Diagonal by root 2. So half, sorry, area is side square. Correction. Area is side square. So it is diagonal by root 2 cos square, which is diagonal square by 2, half diagonal square. So I have not, framed this particular formula from my end. There is a derivation. There is a relation which exists between side and diagonal. People, this is what I say. You need to connect many dots. It's not over here you need to connect many dots. There are many, many things. There are many things by which we need to connect the dots. I have just given you a very simple example. But if I say that I would like to, find the value of the first 100 natural numbers. I repeat, I want to find the value of first 100 natural numbers. Okay, so that means sir, sum of first 100 natural numbers मतलब 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 इसी तरह से जाना है. Yes, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 कब तक? 100 तक. So those who are learning class 9th, class 10th, fine. Those who are learning class 9th, class 10th, they will say, okay, sir, I understood. I need to know sum of 100 natural numbers, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 plus 98 plus 99 plus 100. Yes, this is what my question is. Now, in your class 10th, there is a chapter of AP. Now, CBSE will also have this AP in class 9th. They have introduced that. But normally, those who are learning AP will say, sir, I can easily solve that. I want SN ka formula. Rather, I can make use of SN ka formula. And I can get it as N by 2. It's N by 2, 2A plus N minus 1D. My N over here is 100. My A, which is the first term, which is 1. My D, which is difference between the two terms, difference between the two consecutive terms, is 1. So my D is 1. So if I say S100, it is 100 by 2, 2 into 1 plus 100 minus 1. D is also 1. So it's 50. 2 plus 99. This is 50. 2 plus 99. 101 into 50, which is 5050. Perfectly correct. Perfectly correct. But ये उनके लिए जिनको AP आता है. But what if I don't know AP? What if I don't know AP? Then what? If I don't know AP, I shall say it is 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 98 plus 99 plus 100. I've said this as S100 for the first time. Next is what? I shall write down one more S100. But this time in the reverse manner. 1, 2, 3, 98, 99, 100. Now, how many times that enhance the clarity? So is the picture not coming clear? Is the picture not coming clear? I shall make use of different marker. So what I'm doing is, I'm just saying, adding these two stuff. How much is this? 101, 101, 101. Over here, 101, 101, 101. How many 101s I have? I have 100. How many 101s I have? I have 100. So can I say that S100, but it's addition of 2 times S100. So it is twice S100 is 100 times 101. But sir, you just have to find out 1 time S100. Can't I say S100 is 101 into 100 by 2? Answer is again 5050. I did not use any kind of formula. But yes, things are derived on such basis only. Go from a different perspective. Let me give you one more example. When I say go from a different perspective, yes, there could be a number of examples. Say, I'm giving you a very simple simultaneous linear equation. Right? I just want my students to think fast. Think very fast, because this is an MCQ word whereby which you have to calculate very well, very fast. So if I say that the first equation is x plus y is 8. X plus y is 8. And if I say 2x plus 3y is 21. X plus y is 8. 2x plus 3y is 21. So people who know math, what they are going to say, sir, I am going to simply multiply this equation number 1, this equation number 2. I shall simply multiply this equation by 2 and then go for subtracting. Correct? Correct. I'm not solving that, but those who know, perfectly correct. The other, batch of students will say, sir, why can't we go for a substitution way? Y is at 8 minus x, or rather x is 8 minus y, and then substitute the same thing. Correct. Different ways of solving simultaneously the equation. Both the set of students are correct. I said this is an MCQ. Can't I say that this is 2x plus 3y? Can I write down this as 2x plus y is 21? Can I just write down the second equation as 2x plus, sorry, it's 3y, correction. I'm so sorry. 2x plus 2y plus y. So it is 2 into x plus y is 21. The value of x plus y is already 8. 2 into 8, 16 plus y is 21. Y is 5. Y is 5. On substituting, the value of x is going to be 3. Right? People, I just want you need to, go for different thinking. When I say ask, there are many students who don't ask during the lectures. They go to school, they don't ask even if they don't understand. And what I'm talking is very practicality. एकदम practical चीज मैं कर रहा हूँ. नहीं पूछते हैं टीचर्स को. क्यों? उनको ऐसा लगता है कि people will laugh at me, your teacher is going to shout at me. No, why will the teacher shout at you? And why the others are going to laugh at you? Oh, not necessary that सभी उंगलियां एक है भाई. किसी को जल्दी समझ में आता है, किसी को लेट आता है. Fine, absolutely fine. Second, shy nature. नहीं पूछना है. So you keep on saying lie to yourself. Let me tell you one more thing over here. When I say ask, अगर आप पूछोगे ना तो पता चलेगा कि आप जैसे 5-6 बच्चे और भी थे. 5-6 बच्चे और भी थे जिनको नहीं आता था. राइट? जिनको नहीं आता था. आपने पूछा तो उनको भी आंसर मिल गया. आपने पूछा तो उनको भी आंसर मिल गया. सो ऑलवेज आस्क. देयर आर सेट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स जो अपने आप को झूठ बोलते हैं. सर ने पूछा, घर पे मम्मी डैडी ने पूछा, आता है, हो गया, हाँ, यस, हो गया. करते हैं ना आप लोग ऐसा? प्लीज नो. यहाँ पे झूठ मत बोलो कि मुझे आता है. अगर नहीं आता है, वर्क हार्ड. कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी नहीं है, कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी लो, टीचर से लो, फ्रेंड से लो. बट इट्स ओनली आफ्टर कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी, हार्ड वर्क, देन यू कैन कॉन्कर मैथ्स. अदरवाइज, मैंने पहले बोला है, अनलॉक द पावर ऑफ मैथ. मैथ हैज द हाईएस्ट पावर. और मैंने ये भी कहा है, आई एम द पर्सन हु इज जस्ट गोइंग टू इंट्रोड्यूस 2 पावरफुल आइडेंटिटीज. So why did I say that you are also powerful? You are also powerful because आप उस powerful subject को पढ़ने वाले हैं और उसे conquer करने वाले हैं. So that's the reason I say that you are equally powerful as well. Comprehend. Sir, समझ में ही नहीं आया. समझ में ही नहीं आया exactly कि सम क्या कहना चाहता है. Right? Try to convert that English language into your own mother tongue. हिंदी में अनुवाद कीजिए, अपनी मातृभाषा में अनुवाद कीजिए, जो भी समझ में आता है, and then try to understand. Lack of understanding the question is also a weak point. मतलब we are not learning the subject very well. We are not learning the subject very well, right? Good listener and observer. मैंने आपको पहले ही बता दिया, थोड़े टाइम पहले कि भाई you need to be a good listener. I said, give me 2 numbers whose multiplication is 6, or rather 2 real numbers whose multiplication is 6. Normally 90% of the students have this answers, but I give you multiple answers. Equally now you have the knowledge. Right? So make sure that सबसे पहले चीज, अगर मैथ को conquer करना है, मैथ को सीखना है, concept clarity, consistent hard work. Sir, आपने लगभग 3-4 एग्जाम्पल्स लिए और उसके बहुत सारे सॉल्यूशंस बता दिए. सर हमें तो एक सोल्यूशन फाइंड करने में थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम होता है, आप इतने सारे सोल्यूशंस कैसे फाइंड कर देते हैं? आंसर इज वेरी सिंपल, आंसर इज रियली वेरी सिंपल, प्रैक्टिस, कंसिस्टेंट हार्ड वर्क। हम भी प्रैक्टिस ही करते हैं, वी आर प्रैक्टिशनर्स, दैट डजंट मीन दैट वी प्रैक्टिस बिफोर द लेक्चर्स, एंड इफ नेसेसरी तो उसमें कोई गलत बात नहीं है। अगर कोई टीचर प्रैक्टिस करके क्लास में जाता है तो उसमें कोई गलत बात नहीं है, बट इयर्स ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस के बाद वो अपने आप हो जाता है। माइंड यू, डॉक्टर्स, लॉयर्स, टीचर्स आर टर्म्ड एज प्रैक्टिशनर्स। कभी डॉक्टर को जाके पूछा है, डॉक्टर भाई साहब कैसे आपका धंधा पानी चल रहा है? नो सर, आपकी प्रैक्टिस कैसे चल रही है? वी आर प्रैक्टिशनर्स। व्हाट वी डू इज आफ्टर वन क्लास, सेकंड क्लास, थर्ड क्लास, फोर्थ क्लास, वी मूव ऑन एंड ऑन। सो व्हाट आर वी डूइंग? वी आर जस्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग। सिखाने के साथ साथ हमारा प्रैक्टिस भी हो रहा है। सो वी आर प्रैक्टिशनर्स। आपको भी उतना प्रैक्टिस करना है। बट चलो, मल्टीपल सॉल्यूशंस कैसे आ जाते हैं? प्रैक्टिस से ही। लेट मी गिव यू अ वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल। मानकर चलिए मैंने आपको एक जगह पर बुलाया है, एड्रेस दे दिया, यू हैव द एड्रेस रिटन, यू डोंट हैव दिस टेक्नोलॉजी ऑफ दिस जीपीएस। नहीं नहीं भाई, कोई गूगल मैप नहीं है, कोई गूगल मैप नहीं है, राइट? बट मैंने आपको दे दिया है एक एड्रेस। सो इज माय पिक्चर क्वालिटी नॉट क्लियर? It's clear, I think so. I'm having over here, it's clear, clarity is there. Okay, coming back. अगर मैं आपसे एक एड्रेस दे देता हूं और कहता हूं कि भाई उस जगह पे पहुंच जाना है, I'm going to conduct lectures. Fine. क्या होगा? आप पहले दिन वहां पर जब आएंगे ना, आप जब पहले दिन वहां पर आएंगे तो आने के टाइम पर एटलीस्ट यू आर गोइंग टू आस्क कपल ऑफ पीपल, यू आर गोइंग टू आस्क कपल ऑफ पीपल, एक दो जन से तो पूछेंगे ही। एटलीस्ट वो डेस्टिनेशन में पहुंच जाएंगे, लेकिन उस डेस्टिनेशन पे नहीं जहां पर मैंने बुलाया है, लेकिन इन एंड अराउंड सराउंडिंग्स में पहुंचने के बाद एक दो जन से पूछेंगे फला बिल्डिंग कहाँ है, फला सर के क्लासेस कहाँ हैं, पूछेंगे एटलीस्ट, राइट? एक दो दिन तो एक दो जन को तो पूछेंगे ही पूछेंगे। बट व्हाट इफ आई आस्क यू, बच्चा कल भी आना, आज तो आए हो और आज आपने एटलीस्ट दो तीन जन को पूछा है रास्ते में, बट व्हाट इफ आई से दैट कल भी आना है आपको, क्या आप कल वापस किसी को पूछेंगे? नो सर, व्हाई? आज आ गए ना सर, आज पूछ लिया मैंने, मुझे नहीं पता था तो मैंने एक दो जन को पूछ लिया, दैट्स इट। अभी मैं कल पूछूंगा नहीं। एंड नाउ व्हाट इफ आई से दैट you have to come for next 30 days, say 60 days, maybe say for a tenure of 1 year. क्या करूँगा? You know, by the time your tenure gets over, or by the time 30, 60, or 90 days, whatever the time period I call you for, आप मुझे बोलेंगे सर आपका एड्रेस में ऑफिशियली तो ये रास्ता था और यही रास्ता था, बट एक पतली गली इधर से भी आती है, एक पतली गली उधर से भी आती है, मैंने तो 4 रास्ते निकाले। I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say. If you visit every day, you are going to find more ways. If you practice every day, you're going to find 100% more ways to solve a sum. Phobia turns to fondness. हमारा काम क्या है? सब्जेक्ट को इंटरेस्टिंग बनाना है, वेरियस वेज से सोल्यूशन देना। हमारा काम है वेरियस वेज से सोल्यूशन देना, राइट? सब्जेक्ट को इंटरेस्टिंग करना, सो दैट फोबिया टर्न्स टू फॉन्डनेस। ये जरूर होगा कि आप बाय द टाइम योर टेन्योर गेट्स ओवर, सो आई हैव, सो इसी तरह से आपके पास भी एक सम के, बिलीव मी, it's from the last 27 years, it's 27 years now I've been teaching. कई बार मैं बच्चों को अपने लेक्चर्स में 2 सॉल्यूशंस दे देता हूँ, मैक्स कभी कभार 3 दे दिया, बिकॉज यू नो वी ऑलवेज हैव शॉर्टेज ऑफ टाइम। बट अ चाइल्ड हु इज रियली वर्किंग हार्ड, who is consistently practicing with concept clarity, mind you, by the time he completes his term or rather his syllabus, he tells me sir मेरे पास बहुत आंसर है, can I share with you? And वो बच्चा सही भी होता है, वो बच्चा सही भी होता है। So you have more answers than what I have. That's what consistent practice can, make a person. So that's the reason I said consistent hard work. Concept clarity. Sir, हमें concept नहीं आता है तो उसे सीखो please. There are ways and means. I make the subject very easy. कई टिप्स, कई टेक्निक्स इजीली बना देता हूँ। जब भी अभी भी मैंने आपको 3-4 प्रॉब्लम्स में तरीके बताए how you can simplify math. right? So make sure that you are learning from your teachers how to conquer the subject. Achha, not only the concept needs to be, rather you can say, you can shorten down your concept by different thinking. Even your calculation needs to be slightly hatke. Even your calculation needs to be slightly hatke. मसलन सर एग्जैक्टली क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं आप? मसलन ये कि if I say that 32 by 5 करो, so but naturally you are going to go with an orthodox manner. You are going to go with an orthodox way. 32 by 5. So sir, I'm going to say 5 here, 32 here, 6 times 30, 2, 0.4 20. Don't you think so? Maybe you might do fast, quickly, orally कर लेंगे, mind में कर लेंगे, fine. But I just say, क्या करना है? Double the numerator and put the decimal from right to left. Double the denominator and put the decimal from right to left. You have the answer. So for instance, say somebody says 119 by 5, sir. Answer is what? Double it. 238. 23.8. How much? How many seconds? 238. 119 ka double 238. Put a decimal from right to left. 23.8. Did it actually work? No. Calculation करता था at least मेरे 10 सेकंड जाते ना, 1 सेकंड 2 सेकंड. So along with concept clarity, along with getting many solutions, and calculations plays a vital role, right? Concept clarity में एक और चीज बता दूं, when you are not able to connect the dots, आपको बता दूं कि एग्जाम सिनेरियो में आपके साथ क्या होता है. You have a particular problem, right? When that particular problem is given to you, आपने मतलब एग्जाम में उस प्रॉब्लम को देखा, समझ में नहीं आया, you left the problem. You literally left the problem. एग्जाम के बाहर आने के बाद आपके फ्रेंड ने आपको बोला प्रॉब्लम कैसे सॉल्व करता. हाय ला यार, मुझे ये आता था, ये तो मुझे आता था, बट मुझे ये नहीं मालूम था कि ये चैप्टर को दोनों को जोड़कर ये आंसर आएगा. बच्चा, देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज हॉट्स, हाई ऑर्डर थिंकिंग स्किल्स. हॉट के सम्स हमेशा कूल ही होते हैं. हॉट्स का आंसर हमेशा बेसिक लेवल से ही गुजरता है. आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि हाउ टू कनेक्ट द डॉट्स, वेरियस चैप्टर्स को किस तरह से मिलाकर उस पर्टिकुलर सम में डालना है. यानी आपके साथ हुआ भी रहेगा, ओ शिट यार ये मुझे आया नहीं, पर वो क्या, एग्जाम तो हो गया भाई, आपको कनेक्ट करना नहीं है भाई. अगेन कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी. हम मैथ को बिट्स एंड पीसेस में पढ़ते हैं. ये चैप्टर पढ़ लिया खत्म, ये चैप्टर पढ़ लिया खत्म. अब इन दोनों के चैप्टर के बीच में कनेक्शन क्या है नहीं, हम कभी सीखने चाहते हैं, इसलिए हम कभी टीचर्स को पूछते नहीं. अगर टीचर्स को पूछेंगे तो शायद बता भी देंगे वो. मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई टीचर मना करेगा. If you ask a teacher that okay fine, so and so chapter has something similar to so and so chapter, is there a connection? Yes, there is very much. There is very much connection between them. But हम उसे fragments में सीखते हैं. मैथ्स को अलग अलग फ्रेगमेंट्स में सीखते हैं. फाइन, ये इसमें ही आता है, ये उसमें ही आता है, ये इसमें आता है. अरे भाई, ये सब में भी आ सकता है. So connect the dots. Let me say a simple example. आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री का दे देता हूं. बट बिफोर दैट क्या कभी आपने ये अपने मैथ लर्निंग प्रोसेस में ये अनुभव किया था? सी इन योर algebra we have something called as real numbers. I'm not going to teach real numbers here. I'm not going to teach any real numbers over here, but the hierarchy of real numbers is what you should know. The hierarchy of real numbers is, in a very brief way, I will say that it is, rational number, irrational number, rational number, irrational number. Rational number, any number which is in the form of p by q, where q not equal to 0. Q should not be equal to 0. Can I say that rational number के दो बेटे हैं? One is integers, other is fraction. Right? Integers में क्या है? 0 सेंटर में, पॉजिटिव अप टू इंफिनिटी राइट साइड, नेगेटिव अप टू इंफिनिटी लेफ्ट साइड. बचपन में सीखा था ये सब सर. If I discard all the negative numbers, what do I get? Set of whole numbers. Set of whole numbers means set of whole numbers. Set of whole numbers means, sir, only positive numbers from 0 up to infinity. And what if I discard 0? I shall finally get set of natural numbers. Set of natural numbers 1, 2, 3 up to positive infinity. This is nothing but set of natural numbers. Great. When I say fraction, fraction के दो प्रकार, T, NTR, T terminating type, NTR non-terminating but recurring. So if I say 3 by 5, answer is 0.6, terminating. अगर division होता नहीं है, the fraction gets terminated. We cannot further divide it, right? But what about 1 by 3? 1 by 3 is 0.333, and we write down as 0.3 and a dot. It's recurring. 0.33333 recurring, and we write down as 0.3 and a dot. If a single number gets repeated, we write down a dot. If a set of numbers gets repeated, we write down a bar. So for example, if the number is 0.175, recurring, I shall say 0.175 bar. I shall say 0.175 bar. Right, people? Now, what are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are nothing but numbers whose decimal representation is of NTNR. Whose decimal representation is of NTNR, non-terminating but and non-recurring. Non-terminating as well as non-recurring. This is NTR, non-terminating but recurring, non-terminating, non-recurring. Right? Sir, can you make it in your way, a simplified version? Yes, rather I'll make it in my way. Any number, any positive integer number whose perfect square root, cube root, fourth root, fifth root doesn't have an integral value, positive integral value. Means that exactly क्या बताना चाह रहे हैं आप? Root 2. Do I have a positive integral value for this? No. Root 2 has a value, but not in terms of a positive integral value. Right? Root 3. Sir, how about root 4? Root 4 is 2. So ये irrational नहीं है. Cube root of 7. Irrational है. But cube root of 8 is 2. So ये irrational नहीं है. So this way also you can learn NTNR. There are certain numbers, say 0.01, 001, 0001, 00001. Can you see? 01, 00, 0001, quadra 01. These are non-terminating, non-recurring. Pi is an irrational number, which you'll have studied. Whose approximations is what also you'll have studied. 22 by 7 is also an irrational number. But so when we were, because if I go on and make you understand, I'm going to take a good amount of time. I have to cover many points today. So in our lower classes, our teacher gave us something called as number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. You know, what is this number line? This number line is a real number line. This number line, we just write down integers over here. So again, as I said, we have this impression in our mind that only integers can be represented over here. We just have in our mind that only integers can be represented over here. No, bacha. This is a real number line. You have one chapter in class 10th ICSE, real inequations. Right? So there is one question. In fact, all the questions are of similar type. That there is an inequation given to you. You are supposed to solve that, solve for the value of x. But then the condition is also given to you. X belongs to what? X belongs to integer, x belongs to natural number, x belongs to whole number, real numbers. Many times it happens with what? Many students have come across. मैंने एक sum दिया and उसमें लिखा x belongs to integer. Not all I said, but yes, there were many students. और बाजू में लिखा था x belongs to integer. And then I said represent the solution set on the number line, on the real number line. ये question था. Represent the solution set on the real number line. वो बच्चा मुझे एग्जाम के बाद पूछता है, सर यू हैव सेड x बिलोंग्स टू इंटीजर, तो आपने रियल नंबर लाइन पे क्यों बोला? बिकॉज अकॉर्डिंग इन योर इन इक्वेशन रियल नंबर लाइन या रियल नंबर्स x बिलोंग्स टू रियल नंबर, उसका सॉल्यूशन सेट अलग होता है, उसको रिप्रेजेंट अलग तरीके से किया जाता है। इंटीजर्स का अलग सॉल्यूशन सेट है, दोज हु आर लर्निंग उनको पता है। रियल नंबर लाइन मतलब दिस इज नॉट रियल नंबर लाइन, इसमें भी आप रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं। दिस इज व्हाट आई से। हम पढ़ तो लेते हैं लेकिन क्या पढ़ रहे हैं वो हमें पता नहीं है। टीचर ने बोला ओके फाइन, बट एग्जैक्टली उसे मीनिंग से नहीं पढ़ा। सो दिस इज नथिंग बट योर रियल नंबर लाइन। यू कैन से अ हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन। अ हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन इज नथिंग बट योर रियल नंबर लाइन। नाउ व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू से इज दैट, क्या कभी आप लोगों ने सोचा ऐसा कि भाई यू नो व्हाट, this is a horizontal number line or real number line, which I have drawn over here. I'll redraw once again. I shall redraw once again. I shall redraw once again. What is it? So, this is what your horizontal number line is. Sorry, here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 may be correct. This is nothing but my horizontal number line. Now, what if I have one more number line which is placed vertical? This is like the number line which I learned right in the beginning. When I was in class 4, class 5, my teacher used to say number line, then how to find the distance. Then we used to write down the curves, we used to make 3, 4, 5, all that stuff. But what if I make one more number line vertically? You know what exactly I have switched over to? I have switched over to from algebra, which was real number line, I have switched over to coordinate geometry, analytical geometry, which forms the bridge between algebra and geometry. I have changed my subject, or not completely. We are learning math only, but yes, we have transformed from algebra to geometry, towards geometry, coordinate geometry, which is the bridge between algebra and geometry. Sir, here also there will be 0, so this is origin 0, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Now, what exactly we say that? Again, as I said, I will take, conceptual lectures chapter by chapter. I'll give you all this information later on. As I said, in this particular lecture, I'm not going to give you any kind of hardcore knowledge of a particular chapter. Today, I am going to speak in general. And that's what I've been doing from past 30, 40 minutes now. So, what have we done? We have divided the plane into 4 parts. Each part is termed as quadrant. And here, both are positive, x coordinate, y coordinate. X is negative, y positive. Both are negative. And here, x positive, y negative. So, we do say it's plus, plus, minus, plus, minus, minus, plus, minus. Great. What if I ask you now? What if I ask you now that find the measure this length of this pin? Pin कितना है? Sir, I'll take scale. Measure करूँगा. Say approx 15 centimeter. Great. Now, if I ask you to measure the same thing over here, say this is A, this is B. If you go with your lower classes, class 3, class 4, 1, 2, 3. No, but this is the coordinate system. So don't you think that this particular point A has some kind of coordinates? Indeed. On x-axis, y coordinate is 0. On y-axis, x coordinate is 0. So the coordinates of point A is going to be 0, 2. Is it correct? No, sir. It is 2, 0. Great. So people are alert. Those who have learned, they know that I'll be testing many. So it's 2, 0. Here it's going to be 5, 0. Can I just say this as x1, y1? Certainly. Can I say this as x2, y2? Yes. Yes. But now if I say that, find the distance between, say this is point A, this is B, distance AB, is 5 minus 2. If I go with coordinate geometry, is it x2 minus x1? Yes. Yes. I say for the same thing, excuse me, this is your P, this is your Q. I know I have taken x1, y1, x2, y2, but I'm purposely taking x1, y1 and x2, y2 once again over here. I know we are not supposed to, but it's only for the explanation. So what is this coordinate? So 0, 2. What is this one? 0, 5. I'm just saying this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Actually, it should be x3, y3, and x4, y4. But as of now, I would like to make you understand something, and that's the reason I have taken this. Now, if I want to find out the distance, will this x coordinate play any role in finding out the distance between P and Q? No. Then the answer is y2 minus y1. The answer is y2 minus y1. So what is the moral of the story of the last 1 minute session? What is the moral of the story of last 1 minute session? The moral of the story of the last 1 minute session is whether, on x-axis, if I would like to measure some distances, it's always x2 minus x1. And on y-axis, if I want to measure some distances, it's always going to be y2 minus y1. Right? Now, people, what I would like to do is, I would like to measure, say this is point T and this is point S. This is point T and this is point S. I want to find out the distance between them. Whose coordinates are known to you? Mind you, whose coordinates are known to you? Sir, क्या हम स्केल से मेजर नहीं कर सकते? No, this is in space. एक पॉइंट इधर है, एक पॉइंट शायद कहीं दूर है नीचे, having some kind of inclination. We cannot physically measure it. It's in space, 2D spatial system. Right? We cannot. Now what? We have just now learned that if we want to find out the distance on x-axis, it is always x2 minus x1. Mind you, anything lying on x-axis is measured as x2 minus x1. At the same time, anything parallel to x-axis is also measured as x2 minus x1. So, can't I say that this distance is also x2 minus x1? I'll just drop a perpendicular here. Anything on y-axis is y2 minus y1. Anything parallel to y-axis is also y2 minus y1. So, as the coordinate system, the angular measure is 90. What will I do? Sir, Pythagoras. Okay. Pythagoras करने पर क्या आंसर मिलेगा? Your answer of ST will be distance ST is nothing but under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Sir, ये डिस्टेंस फार्मूला है, पर हमने खाली डिस्टेंस फार्मूला सीखा है या ओरली बाहर कर लिया है, रट्टा मार लिया है, कैसे डेराइव हुआ? नो, हम ये सीखते ही नहीं है. सर, डेरिवेशन आता नहीं एग्जाम में, क्यों सीखे? पर अगर ये सीखा होता तो शायद आई एम गोइंग टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड मोर कॉन्सेप्ट. शायद आपको कुछ समझ में और आ जाता. There is something called as slope in equation of line. A line which is inclined, inclination, always has some kind of slope. Sir, हमने ये पढ़ा है, slope is designated by letter N, which is nothing but tan theta, if the angular measure is known to me. Or else, we have learned one formula, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. We have learned the formula for slope is, if the coordinates are given to us, we have learned the formula is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. बस हमने रट्टा मार लिया है. स्लोप का फॉर्मूला if inclination is given to us, then it is tan theta. And अगर coordinates दिया है, then I'm going to say it's going to be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. बच्चा, right now just what concept we have learned? Again, I use the same concept. Slope is nothing but rise by run, rise by run, change in y upon change in x, delta y by delta x, delta y, y2 minus y1, delta x, x2 minus x1, as per the definition. Change in y upon change in x, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Can I say this is the inclination, say this is theta? If I want to find out anything parallel to x-axis, x2 minus x1, same concept. y2 minus y1, same concept. If I know the inclination, then I said it's 10 theta, but sir, why only 10 theta? Why not the other thetas? But why sine nahi, cos nahi? Q 10? Opposite and adjacent. Opposite and adjacent. Sine cos 10 में किसमें आता है definition? But natural 10 में. But natural 10 में. Right? So answer is 10 theta or y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Don't you think so that both these concepts go hand in hand, parallel to each other? बच्चा concepts को सीखो. You know, sums बहुत easily हो जाएंगे. In English it is said, there's a phrase, a proverb in English, take care of penny, pound will take care of itself. Take care of penny, pound will take care of itself. For my students, I have made a new phrase, take care of concepts, sums will take care of itself. If you know the concepts very well, and इसीलिए मैंने बोला है concept clarity. If you know the concept very well, sums will take care of itself. So that's the major thing. Concept clarity plus hard work are the two prima facie things which I want you to know. Last thing in my explanation in today's session is that, say, I would like to go for a line graph. समझ के चलिए, and again that's a part of your 9th, 10th curriculum. That's again a part of your 9th, 10th curriculum. So what is the question is that you are given an equation of line. You are given an equation of line, and I need to draw that line graph on the Cartesian plane, Cartesian coordinate system. So what? This is what my Cartesian coordinate system is. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zero comma zero, mind you. Now the question is, draw the line graph. Draw the line graph of y is equals to say 2x plus 3 or 2x plus 1. Let's make calculation for easy so that we can save less time. Then what's the pattern? Normal pattern, I'll tell you. The normal pattern is, again I'll say for the last time, in this session, I haven't taught you any concept to the core, because when I start right from the scratch, considering that child doesn't know anything. Considering that the child doesn't know anything. Over here, I'm just making you understand the pointers which I said via different examples, why all these pointers are necessary. Right? Now it's 2x plus 1. What is the normal format? The normal format is you're supposed to make rows and columns. This is x, y, x, y. This is x, y, x, y. And you need to go for at least 3 columns. There are teachers who will say, I want 5 values. I'll say, I am satisfied with 3 values. There are even teachers who will say 2. Anything between 2 to 5 is what I prefer, 3. You're supposed to take any random values for x. You're supposed to take any random values for x. I have a habit of taking 1, 0, minus 1. 1, 0, minus 1 for calculation to become very easy. For calculations to become very, very easy. So when I say x is 1, 2 into 1 is 2, plus 1, 3. So it's 1, comma 3. When I say x is 0, 2 into 0, 0, plus 1, 1, 0, comma 1. And when I say x is minus 1, 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So the coordinates are, I repeat, with 1, 3, with 0, 1, and with -1, -1. I need to plot it. 1, 3. Where exactly 1, 3 is? 1, 3. Somewhere here. Is it correct? 0, 1. X coordinate 0 lies on y-axis. And then -1, -1. Don't you think so? Draw a line. Draw a line. This is what your line graph is with the help of scale. Mind you, I don't have the scale right now, but this is what your line graph is. And this is what your solution. Now, children, many times it has happened. Many times it has happened is that either we go wrong in our calculation. Silly mistakes is what you all say. So shit, it's a silly mistake over here. Silly mistakes in your calculation or plotting the points, and you will get an abrupt coordinates. So वो join नहीं हो रहा है मेरा line. And अगर wrong ले लिया तो ये line जो इस तरह से आ रहा है, शायद आप कुछ इस तरह से आ जाए आपको. हो सकता है. Many times either you go for wrong calculation, so answer यहाँ पे भी गलत आएगा. Then I'm plotting that wrong points, wrong answer. और calculation सही है तो plotting गलत कर लिया हमने. और होता है. इसी को silly mistakes आप लोग कहते हैं, right? कई बार ऐसा हुआ है बच्चों के साथ. So to avoid all these things, I feel that students should know more of a concept. Students should know more of a concept, and that's where I say that learning concept is very, very important. But now it's the time I'm sharing you in my last explanation very, very important stuff. Very important stuff. What is it? We represent equation of line in slope-intercept form. We represent equation of line in slope-intercept form. So I'll just highlight this as 1. I think so we are correct. So the equation of line is given as y is equals to mx plus c in the slope-intercept form. Equation of line is y is equal to mx plus c. Now, lines to infinite hai. Lines to infinite hai, but I have categorized as only 12 types. 13 type nahi milegi. 6 standard, 6 inclined. फिलहाल I'm not going to discuss about standard. मैं खाली inclined lines के बारे में आपको शेयर करूंगा यहाँ पे. कोई standard line के बारे में जिक्र हो रहा नहीं है. So मानकर चलिए that if I'm taking only 6 inclined lines, then which are the 6 inclined lines? First, y is equals to mx. c नहीं है. c क्या है सर? ये c है y intercept. m तो अभी मैंने बता दिया slope. x and y are variables. Second, y is equals to minus mx. Third, y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to mx minus c. Positive mx, negative mx. mx plus positive c, negative c. Fifth permutation combination, मेरे ख्याल से अभी आपको भी आंसर आ गया. Minus mx plus c, minus mx minus c. Now, why I want people to know this, how the outcome will be before solving the sum. Before solving the actual sum also, by looking at the sum, you'll be able to gauge the answer spot on. Sum solve करेंगे तो एटलीस्ट आपका 7-8 मिनट जाएगा. 10 मिनट तक चल जाता है कई बार. After learning this, you know your answer. अगर आप wrong भी plot कर रहे हैं, calculation में mistake है, तो आपको बहुत समझ में आ जाएगा. नहीं सर ने सिखाया था. My line has to be like this only. So pay attention. Here I say this is what core knowledge means, and this is what I normally share with my students in my normal lectures. Core concepts. Y is equal to mx always has to pass from first quadrant to third quadrant, and that too from origin. उसे origin से ही पास होना है, कहीं दूसरी जगह से नहीं. Y is equal to mx, उसे origin से ही पास होना है, that too from first quadrant to third quadrant. So for that matter, y is equal to 2x, mx मतलब 2x, half x, 3/2x. इंक्लिनेशन वेरी करेगा, इंक्लिनेशन वेरी करेगा, बट उसे फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट से थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट ही जाना है, दैट टू फ्रॉम ओरिजिन. y is equal to minus mx, has to be from second quadrant to fourth quadrant for sure. Second quadrant to fourth quadrant for sure. You can say minus 2x, minus half x, minus 3 by 2x. Right? Y is equal to mx plus c. Sir, जरा c समझा दीजिए. Y intercept. So whenever a line intersects the coordinate axis, x-axis and y-axis, coordinate axis, from origin to the point of intersection of line with y-axis, from origin to the point of intersection of line with y-axis is termed as C. Y-intercept, designated by letter C. Origin to the point of intersection of line and x-axis, this is termed as x-intercept. We don't have any designation, we say intercept, x-intercept. This is y-intercept and this is x-intercept. I made you understand y is equal to mx, first say third, passing through origin, y is equal to minus mx, second say fourth, passing through origin. Next, y is equal to mx plus c. Sir, mx manje first say third, but with plus c, guarantee it has to be somewhere like this. I know. Passing through first to third, I'm taking different marker to plot it. Say this is what mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is nothing but y is equals to mx. Y is equals to mx. This is nothing but y is equals to minus mx. Deva 1 is y is equal to mx plus c. Likewise, y is equal to mx minus c. Again positive mx, but c negative. So y intercept c positive था तो ऊपर गया, c negative था तो नीचे आएगा. So our line has to be again from first to third. But with a negative c, positive c, guaranteed. I think so. You must have gauged the last two. You must have gauged the last two from your side. So this is y is equals to mx minus c. Mx minus c. How about the last two? The last two is y is equal to minus mx. Y is equal to minus mx plus c. Y is equals to minus mx second to fourth plus c positive c. Y is equal to minus mx minus c negative c. सर, ये कॉन्सेप्ट सीखने का फायदा क्या है? ये कॉन्सेप्ट सीखने का फायदा क्या है? आपने इतना सिखा दिया, लेकिन इसका फायदा क्या? But natural equation of line and drawing equation of line is a part and parcel of your 9th standard, 10th standard curriculum, especially the 9th standard one. तो फायदा ये है, I'm giving you one question. And उस क्वेश्चन में without solving, मैंने तो बताया सॉल्व करने के लिए कितना आपको बॉक्स वगैरह भरना पड़ता है. This will take around 8-10 minutes or maybe those who are quick enough उनको 5 मिनट भी लग जाता है. पर एटलीस्ट आपका 5 मिनट करने के बाद if you go for a wrong coordinates, wrong plotting, wrong calculation, तो आंसर wrong जाएगा. But if you know this technique, आंसर wrong नहीं जाएगा. Now I'm sharing very important technique is that given to me a graph, I can give you the exact location of graph also. किस तरह से ग्राफ आएगा? So say this is what my line graph is. My question is, I want to plot 3x plus 4y is equals to 12. I want to plot 3x plus 4y is equals to 12. Plot this on the line graph. I'll just convert into slope intercept form. I shall just convert into slope intercept form, and then when I convert into slope intercept form, it is 4y is equals to 12 minus 3x. Or you can say minus 3x plus 12 if you want to convert into mx plus c and minus c. So it's minus 3x plus 12 on division by 4, y is equals to minus 3 by 4x plus 3. People, minus mx plus c. Minus mx plus c. सेकेंड क्वाड्रेंट से बराबर. सो इतना तो पता चल जाएगा, क्या चल गया है अब तक, कि माय आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी फ्रॉम सेकेंड टू फोर्थ. माय आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी फ्रॉम सेकेंड टू फोर्थ, राइट. But as I shared with you that I'm going to give you the exact location, exact coordinates also with the coordinate axis. So as of now, it's not the way which we are supposed to do. It's only the oral answer that before drawing, you should know the final answer. So my graph is going to be this. But sir, क्या आप ये बता सकते हैं ये points क्या है? बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. What is it? On x-axis, y coordinate is 0. So if I substitute y 0, ये nullify हो जाएगा. 3x is 12, x is 4. 4 comes 0. On y-axis, x is 0. If I put 0 here, this gets cancelled off. Or 3 into 0 is 0. 4y is 12. Y is 3. 0, 3. Do I have the exact location of the graph? Do I have the exact line graph? Certainly. So this is what I want my children to learn. This is what I want my children to learn. Make sure that you are learning the concepts very well. And इसीलिए मैंने कहा है आपसे क्या concept clarity is must along with hard work. Without concept clarity. Now, before I wind up my session, as I have already taken 1 hour, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, it is that it was in today's session. I was not going to take any kind of hardcore chapter, but yes, today was an introductory session by which I just wanted to inform you people that henceforth, right, with students' interest, it is that I'll take one lecture of class 9, class 10, one lecture, one class of class 9, one class of class 10. Now, sir, this is going to be for which boards? For all the boards. I'm going to give your concepts. I'm not going to pick up a particular board. Okay, fine, it's so ICSE, it's CBSE. No, I'm going to give you only concepts. Again, sir, are you going to solve a particular textbook sums? But as I said, since I'm not going to select any board, so what natural textbook sums, so I will not know. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to solve sums. I am going to solve sums. It's concept of a particular chapter, sums based on that. As I just told you a few minutes back, take care of what? Concepts. Sums will take care of itself. Irrespective boards you are in. Right? But अगर मान लीजिए मैंने आपसे coordinate geometry किया है, so मैंने आपसे कहा कि I start right from the word go, scratch से चालू करना है मुझे, as if you don't know anything. भले आपको सब कुछ मालूम हो, but as of कि आपको कुछ नहीं पता है. From that point onwards, I'll start. Now, math is same everywhere. Coordinate geometry का पूरा concept आपको दिया जाएगा from every perspective, so that every single board का concepts is taken care of. And thereafter, I'll do some sums based on that from all those concepts. So if you know these concepts and then sums based on this, irrespective of board, which board you are in, which book you are following, you are through with it. Exam में भी ऐसा नहीं होता ना बच्चा कि आप जो सम करके जाओ वही सम आपको पूछा जाएगा. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है ना. So आपको क्या सीखना है? Concept clarity, and then we are going to solve sums also based on that. Now, when I'm going to take these lectures, I'm going to take these lectures, as I said, twice in a week, one for class 9, one for class 10. But ऐसा हो सकता है that 9th, 10th, if I feel that there is a chapter which is there for both 9th and 10th, as there are many chapters which are, because I feel that 9th and 10th को साथ में पढ़ना चाहिए. मतलब साथ में पढ़ना चाहिए मतलब you cannot learn two parallelly. जो बच्चे 9th में पढ़ते हैं, मानकर चलिए आपको यही चीज 10th में भी करनी है. 10th वाले को याद रखना है कि 9th में जो चीज की है वो भूलनी नहीं है. So you should know 9th and 10th together. So जहाँ पे मुझे लगेगा कि पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर दोनों जगह पर है, so I'm going to say this is for 9th and 10th both. So for that, what you need to do is, for that, you need to visit my channel, RefreshKoncepts. First of all, you have to subscribe and put that notification icon. You have to press that notification icon, bell icon, whereby which you'll get to notify all those future lectures, live lectures, concept clarity lectures, which I'm going to take it on YouTube. Right? In between, those who want to learn math, there are more than 500 videos available in our YouTube channel, RefreshKoncepts. You can go there learn all the conceptual clarity there. Sums are also plenty. Sums are there. As I said, more than 500 videos are there. Right? And those who are interested can always join my live lectures. My live lectures. For that, you have to, as I said, you have to subscribe the channel. So put the, you can say, select that bell icon, go for a notification, press it, so that whenever I keep, you can say, live lectures for particular chapter, 9th standard, 10th standard, or both, you'll be notified. So do visit my YouTube channel frequently for you to know when I'm conducting. Right, people? I think so. That's it for the day. Right? For all the students who have been here, thank you so much. And those who are interested can always join me. Next, those who would like to learn with me online, as I do conduct online lectures, boards by boards. That means for ICSE separate, CBSE separate, for class 9 separate, class 10 separate. That's what I've been doing from 27 years. But it's only from past 1.5 years, in fact 2 years now. I have stopped taking offline lectures. It's only online. Those who want to register for online classes of ICSE, CBSE, or for that matter, state board, can always contact me on 989 on 989 2187964. This is my WhatsApp number, 989218796 You're most welcome. For those who want to learn separate ICSE curriculum 9th, 10th, for your particular class, 9th class or 10th class, or CBSE, or for that matter, SSC. Thank you for coming. Have a good day. Thank you.